From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Powered by Century Ply, Orient Electric and Creta.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. At the start today, I just want to say that today, more than being just worried, we have to be proud. We have to be genuinely proud of ourselves as a country. For far too long, almost incessantly, this country has been at, battles over what are the differences that divide us, what are the issues that polarize us, what breaks us apart. But today, I know that the entire country, I know all of you are concerned about coronavirus, and it's been going on for a while, but while we have our concern, we must, on this Friday, pause for perhaps a few minutes and just think of how much we have to be proud of. We have to be really proud of our armed forces, of our Air Force particularly, which has been doing an incredible job with the evacuation process. We have to be so proud in fact, of our foreign ministry. We have to be so proud of the way the Ministry of External Affairs has been working in coordination with all the other ministries, and the way in which our Foreign Minister Jaishankar has been personally using all his professional experience to locate exactly the parts across the world where the greatest risk is there, and organizing not just the medical tests but also the evacuation of Indian citizens. It is truly remarkable. And we have to be so proud of our doctors and the spirit of selfless service, and so many thousands of doctors coming forward in this fight. But more than that, we have to be proud of innumerable citizens, and it's a whole lot of people who have come together and decided, whether it may be a cinema owner who has shut the cinema hall, whether it be a person running a business where there was a lot of footfall who says, well, for a while, no problems. I may shut down my business for a month. I'll take the risk. I'll take the commercial hit. We have to be proud of these people because they too have families to feed. They do have occupations to carry out. They do have businesses to manage. But there are so many such countless Indians today who have stepped forward and who have said that we will give up our own benefit in the fight against coronavirus. So while we think about the things that divide us, honestly, truly, ladies and gentlemen, today we need to be so proud of what we are as a people. Because when the threat comes like this, the way in which everyone is coming together. And I said yesterday, we should all support the efforts of the government. The government is doing a remarkable job. I am so proud of my government for taking the tough measures required in the fight. The announcement of 48 hours back about the travel restrictions is something we need to be proud of, because it comes at a price. Where we say as a country, we're willing to give up the short-term advantage for the long-term gain. And I'm telling you, viewers, we are going to win. We are going to be one of those countries which will win massively and defeat coronavirus, because we as a people have come together today. And so let there be no politics on this subject. Let people who are using coronavirus to try and score a small little political gain feel embarrassed, because there are tens of thousands of people out there, ordinary Indians, who are losing their incomes, losing their short-term business advantages in the fight. Let's learn from these people. We have a great show lined up for you tonight. In fact, I'm going to be joined by someone very special, one of the greatest legends of Indian healthcare, Pratap Reddy of Apollo Hospitals, and another remarkable lady who's the ambassador of India to Italy and San Marino. And she's been doing a great job sitting there in Rome to try and help all the thousands of Indians in Italy out there. So we're going to be joined by them. Also, ladies and gentlemen, lots on the show tonight. Debate number one, we have given a clear warning to the motivated Western media plans for deportation of the Wall Street Journal journalist who put out all those trashy lies against India in the last 1 month. And at 10 o'clock tonight, Rahul Gandhi is doing politics over the coronavirus. We'll talk about that. I think he's completely lost the plot. He doesn't know what to do. I feel sorry for him personally, but India is against corona politics. That's at 10. At 10:30 p.m. tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Yes Bank scam. We're going to tell you why we believe here at Republic that the corporate biggies should not get away. This is not Yes Bank. This is a massive, massive lending and banking scam. Corporate biggies should not get away. All this and more is coming up. And here are the headlines. This Friday evening, the 13th of March on the Debate Tonight. Big story, Wall Street Journal South Asia Bureau Chief may face deportation for spreading falsehood and misreporting. Get deported if you misreport. Western media propagandists get a stern warning. As India's coronavirus count touches 88, 6 states are in partial lockdown mode.
ये कोरोना वायरस तो यहाँ पहले राजनीति में है, बाद में देखा जाएगा। अभी सर आगे तो नहीं बढ़।
Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister says he couldn't care less about the coronavirus threat. He's more interested in saving his own government. Government approves reconstruction plan to secure Yes Bank depositors. Public savings of Indians will be used. But will corporate biggies like Anil Ambani guarantee to repay every single rupee to Yes Bank with interest? We debate at 10:30 p.m. tonight. The coronavirus count in India stands at 88 as we broadcast the debate tonight. Government of India, along with states, has taken several preemptive, timely and proactive measures for prevention, containment and management of the pandemic. Most states have taken preemptive measures to avoid large-scale gatherings, early establishment of point of entry surveillance, universal screening of passengers at all airports and vessels at seaports, evacuation of Indian citizens from COVID-19 affected countries. Adequate laboratory and quarantine facilities are contributing this minute towards the containment and management of the coronavirus. So far, the government's evacuated 1,031 persons and 890 evacuees from COVID-19 affected countries have been discharged after 14 days isolation and having tested positive as per protocols. That's the quick update. We're joined tonight by Dr. Pratap C. Reddy, incredible man, the founder chairman of Apollo Hospitals. And Dr. Pratap Reddy is known across the world for being a visionary, not just in healthcare, but for also predictively telling you where the next problem could be. I hope he tells us about the solutions. But my first question is to Ambassador Reenat Sandhu. Now, Ambassador Reenat Sandhu is right there in what you call the coronavirus war zone. She's in Rome, and she's been at it non-stop now for I don't know how many weeks. She's handling it. This morning, she gave us the good news at Republic that the medical team had reached. I just want to tell you, Ambassador Sandhu, how proud we are of you, of your service to this country, and the great job that you are doing in your mission there. Now tell us, we saw these pictures of Indian students stuck in the airports in Rome and Milan, not being able to get back. What's the situation now for these students, for the Indian citizens? Are you going to be able to bring everyone back? Do we need to bring everyone back?
First of all, thank you, Arnab, for having me on the show, and thank you for your encouragement. The situation, as you mentioned, is extremely difficult here at the moment because there has been a significant increase in the coronavirus cases, crossing 15,000 yesterday. The Italian government has put in place a number of measures, including placing the entire country in quarantine, and closing all commercial activities. So naturally, there is a lot of anxiety among the Indian nationals here who are living and working here, and also Indian students who are studying here at various universities. Our effort here has been throughout the past 2-3 weeks since this outbreak in Italy to remain connected with the Indian community and ensure their safety and well-being. Now, the thing is that there is also the requirement at the Indian end that all the people who are coming back are safe And for this, they have to be tested before they depart for India. So we have, as you mentioned, got the medical team today. They have already started testing and collection of samples. They will be taking these test samples back to India. They will be tested. Once they are found negative, they can go back, and they will, of course, have to go through the mandatory 14-day quarantine. But it's a huge relief for the stranded Indian nationals here, especially the students who have been, really struggling because their universities have closed. So a huge sigh of relief, and thanks to all the government agencies that we have been working with, both in India as well as in Italy. In India, the MEA and the Ministry of Health have been a great support, and I want to thank them for helping us at every step through this difficult process.
Absolutely. I will ask you, of course, follow-up questions on, because right now as we are doing this program, many people are calling and saying, how did they get in touch with you? So many people are happy to see you on air tonight. Ambassador Sandhu, but many people also want to know how they want to get in touch with you. I'm coming to that in a minute, but before that, I'd like to ask the architect of modern Indian healthcare, Dr. Pratap C. Reddy. Dr. Reddy, how prepared are we? A. B, the numbers are still in the 80s, 88, and we know the numbers are higher. In the United Kingdom, for example, the number was touching around 600 yesterday. And it's a much smaller country. We have a much larger country, but fewer numbers. A, is this a guarantee that things are not as bad in India? How do you read the numbers? And simple question, Dr. Reddy, how long will this last? Everyone's asking. How long will this last now?
Arnab, first, I have the same feeling as what you feel as an Indian. I feel proud that our government, various sections of our government, Ministry of Health, External Affairs, all of them have done extraordinary work. First, truly. Bringing our people back from these countries. Now, just now that Ambassador Sandhu, I want to give my compliments to her for all the efforts that she has done in Italy. You know, Italians are something like Indians, very social and comparable in many ways with Indians. And in that sector, to bring back some of our people, especially the students who are negative, I think it's a wonderful thing. Not to bring everybody back, but to bring back systematically only people who are negative. I think it's a very wonderful thing. My congratulations to her. My appreciation to our government. You know, they've done wonderfully well, because instead of waiting for catastrophe to happen, to take these precautionary measures is a great thing.
True.
We know this virus, but this virus is different from the previous viruses. The mutation that it has taken, the first thing it defeats people because its incubation is 2 weeks. So people don't know whether they have got infected or not. So I think the steps that they have taken, keeping people in isolation for 2 weeks, is a very wonderful thing. We have great experience when we dealt with the previous SARS virus in India. And Apollo has also dealt in Saudi. There was a killing virus called the MARS. It not only killed the patient, it killed the doctors and nurses in the intensive care. And at a call of midnight, I sent my team there, Apollo team there, and they put in the process protocols along with the heat going up, the temperature going up. That virus also got controlled. So I think the steps that have been already taken is very, very encouraging, and I admire you all. The media has played a very wonderful thing to alert the individuals. You know, I think this will go very well, not only for the present situation. I think for them to feel saying that they need to look after themselves is a great message that the media is giving, and especially Arnab, the way you put it, I think is admirable.
Yeah.
And as far as Apollo is concerned, I feel this virus, as I said, the percentage of deaths may be only 1.2 for 2.5 in normal people. But people who have the immunological deficiencies or they have other comorbidities, in them the fatality rates are much higher. So I think in India, instead of waiting for what happened in Korea or Italy, or even the so-called advanced countries, US and UK, I'm happy that the government took these strict measures. It might in some way affect all of us.
I think another message
provides and prevents people from this.
You know, in this whole evacuation process, what makes it slightly more complicated than looking at it from a distance, Dr. Reddy, and that's what I want to ask Ambassador Sandhu, and she should use the opportunity of this interview to share this. You know, everyone wants to come back, but I think it's very important for you, Dr. Sandhu, to Ambassador Sandhu, to share with people why you need to go through a process of check before coming back, you know, and while everyone would like to get on a flight and come back immediately, why it's important for people in Italy and other slightly quarantined countries to go through that process, A. B, how long does the process take? C, I want you to tell everyone the efforts that you're taking. For example, you told me that you are actually, you know, trying to organize the test in the embassy for all the people. You know, tell us about that, why it's important to go through that process.
So Arnab, you're very rightly, as you said, that we have been trying to explain to the people here how important it is for them to stay safe, to not expose themselves to this, because it's a very contagious disease. And so yesterday, when we had a large number of students, we had to our officers had to go and talk to them at the airport and explain to them. So there is a lot of this sort of effort that is going on to sensitize people about the importance of keeping yourself safe and minimizing contact and minimizing exposure. Now, in terms of you mentioned earlier that how can people call you? So we were receiving so many calls in the last couple of weeks that first we had one hotline, then we added a second, and now we have 4 hotlines that are running, constantly answering questions of people because there are various types of anxieties. And what we do tell people that, look, if you don't need to travel, it's better that you are much safer at home. But if you do have a reason to go, like, yes, the students want to reunite with their families, or some people have compelling circumstances to go, then yes, it is good to ensure that you are safe and you are traveling in a safe environment as well.
Absolutely.
So that effort has been continuous, and today the sample collection is going on at the embassy, in our embassy premises, and I must say that all our staff has volunteered and actually pretty involved in this whole exercise.
How many of you there, Ambassador Sandhu? Can I get a sense of it? Because sometimes, we expect absolute miracles, saying, oh, this is the government of India, we need everyone back. I want people on my program, Dr. Reddy, to get a real sense of how many people are there with Ambassador Sandhu right now in that Rome mission. Can you tell me how many heroes do you have with you there? Who are...
So, well, I don't have an exact count, but I think we would be around 18 to 20 people.
Wow. That's
because
hats off.
Yeah, they are all here.
Wow.
And some of our local staff, of course, they are working from home. They are smart
working.
Look at that.
You know, Dr. Reddy, you know what? Big smile on Dr. Reddy's face, on mine as well. I'm so proud of you, Ambassador Sandhu.
That she's doing.
Hey, look at that, 18 people she's got, and she's doing this miraculous job. And it's not just her. Just imagine there are many of our other representatives, our ambassadors, other countries. They're all 18, 20, 25 people trying to do this evacuation. I think hats off to you, and hats off to the Ministry of External Affairs. The problem is we in the media only attack you in the government for all the wrong things that you do. But I think, Dr. Reddy, today, you lead a large organization. I think this sets the example of human effort, right? It makes you proud, Dr. Reddy?
I'm feeling very, very proud of what's happening, not within India, even outside, the way the ambassador has described how they are trying to send safely people back here. And the earlier evacuation that has been done right from China,
from Iran,
I think is admirable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every step that they have taken is something which are tremendously appreciable. As you said, it makes us feel saying we are in a safe country with a government which is taking every precaution for the safety of all of our citizens. You know, we have seen the viruses.
Yeah.
We have seen these types of infections. But we have also seen in front of us what started in China has become worse in other countries and is getting worse. But I'm happy because of those steps that have been taken. The growth rate in India so far has been slow, and I'm sure the present steps that are taken, and more importantly, the number of people who are becoming aware of this, the so-called, instead of becoming scary, they are becoming precautious.
Absolutely.
I think that is wonderful. What is the do's and the don'ts?
Yeah.
You know, we have learned, and this is what we have continuously been doing. As far as Apollo is concerned, we have a 24/7 with automatic, we're using AI, and number of calls are coming. People are feeling very happy with the responses that they are getting. Now,
that's great to know.
The number of corporates and the societies that we are talking to, we deal with nearly 300 corporates.
That's
all
great
of
to
them
know.
have given this message not to get scared, but to prevent themselves from.
No, I think we are going to come out much stronger from all of this. Before I wrap this up, I wish to say that as far as information is concerned, Italy, okay, I'll share Italy right now. They have a Twitter handle, India in Italy, and they have put out 4 numbers at service constantly. They put more people there. And Ambassador Sandhu said this morning to us that these are just people out of the 18 people. Imagine there are 4 people dedicated out of the 18. So 25% of her staff is dedicated to just receiving your phone calls. And I think big shout out to you. Very proud of you. And may all those who are healthy come back. May all those come back healthy and safe. We pray for them. Thank you, Dr. Pratap Reddy. Thank you for your spirit. We'll get through this. And by the way, Ambassador Sandhu,
thank you very much. All that I want to say is I want to assure everybody that we
be
are
healthy and safe as well.
24/7.
Be healthy and safe yourself as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Reddy.
My appreciation,
thank you,
good wishes to the Mrs. Sandhu.
Yeah, thank you, ladies. It's remarkable.
Thank you.
It's so good sometimes to begin the program by talking about where this country is going
Arnab.
in the right direction.
This is what is needed for people to learn.
That
government has taken these steps. And the awareness of this virus and how to avoid.
I think our government is acting faster than any other government today in containing this disease. Thank you so much.